Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Going right back to one of my favorite breweries, Southern Tier, out of Lakewood, New York. This is a completely different style from them, from what I'm used to and what they're used to doing, because they usually do big, huge ales, but this is a very relatively small lager. This is their Eurotrash Pilz, Pilsner lager. It's only 5.2% ABV, brewed with 2 varieties of hops and 2 types of malts. It doesn't say what kind they are. I like this kind of cool pink label and the classic Southern Tier cap. Well, since this is a Pilsner, I'm going to use my Pilsner glass and just wash this out, and you can see tons and tons of carbonation bubbles on there. It's a pretty typical, Pilsner color, just, pale, kind of gold. A little darker than your average Budweiser or something like that, but, about a finger of bright white, kind of soapy head. Smells like a lager. I mean, it just smells like, Schlitz or PBR. A little sweeter than those kind of beers. I don't smell any, like, cardboard, corn. I'm imagining that they don't use adjuncts in this, so maybe they do. Yeah, it's a pretty standard lager. It's a very clean palate. Kind of like what I said with the nose, where I noticed like that it was a little sweeter than your average lager, or Pilsner to be precise. Very kind of crisp, thin mouthfeel, real short body on it, not a whole lot of flavor on this one. It's very refreshing though, I might add. We have some unusual heat wave here in New York for this time of the year. It's in the 80s, so it feels like summer, so this is a nice refreshing beer on a hot night, I might say. Even getting some nice lacing on the glass. I'm really concentrating trying to pick out, see if I can pick out any, distinct flavor. I mean, sometimes you get spice or citrus or something like that on here. I really don't get much of anything on here except for, and this really sounds weird, I get like this nuttiness right on the finish, almost like a nut, like a honey roasted peanut or peanut butter kind of flavor. I don't know what's accounting for that. I mean, you don't tend to get that kind of flavor in a lager. Yeah, very kind of plain beer. I mean, drinkability on it is really good though. It's very light body. Goes down very easily. Not getting a whole lot, even though it was highly carbonated and to look at, wasn't really, I mean, it's definitely a crisp mouthfeel, but except for, a burp, it's been very easy to get down. I'm actually very impressed that it's leaving this much lacing. It's not a particularly hoppy beer at all. I don't know, I mean, this is kind of a little bit of a disappointment considering who made this beer, because, Southern Tier, they can usually take any style and make it, really nice and palatable, or put a whole new spin on it or something. They tend to do that with their really big beers, like the Blackwater series and all that stuff. But, a regular standard old Pils, and it's actually a little big at 5.2 instead of, maybe a 4.5 or, between 4.5 and 5. I'm not really sure what's the deal with this beer. I mean, I guess they're just going after, Fizziella drinkers. I mean, it would be a great introductory beer for your uncle that drinks Miller Lite, You probably wouldn't be able to tell much of a difference on this one. But for craft beer people like me, and probably most of you guys out there watching, this is no 6 Point the Crisp or Iringer Celebrator or something, some kind of, high-end lager like that. It's, it's alright, I guess. But the complete lack of anything interesting is turning me off. I was gonna go 5, middle of the road, not good or bad, but I think I'm actually gonna drop down to a 4, below average. It's, I wouldn't really seek this out again. There's really nothing unique about it to make me wanna, if I was at the Ruck and they had the crisp on tap, I would actually get that. But if I saw this on tap, I'd be like, eh. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm rambling. I would give a 4 out of 10 for the Southern Tier Eurotrash Pilz. The first Southern Tier beer I actually had to give a thumbs down to. It's just a really, kind of, uninspired kind of boring beer. I mean, like, I think my dad would like it, but I don't know. And it's just not for me. So, anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews, and I hope to see the Southern Tier guys at Tap New York in about a month and a half. So, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.